Well, just briefly go back to the weekend. Do you sort of sit down on the Sunday and go through a tape of the game, or is it all still relatively fresh in your mind?
No, of course Sunday we get up and we'll take a look at it. Yeah. Sometimes come to the training ground if we need to. Get a review ready. We'll go through it with the players this morning and just go through bits and pieces where we feel we can improve and take advantage of moments that we get in games. And basically then look forward to the next game, which of course is the cup game.
Yeah. So having done it again, was it sort of what you thought when you were watching it live? What was your impression of what happened?
Well, the game on Saturday, it's always a tough game to play against Wycombe. It's always difficult. It's a physicality. The game was more physical. I think the conditions obviously had a lot to do with it. It was more goal mouth, if you like, action at times at one end of the pitch, basically. So from a condition point of view and a game point of view, there were moments that we had in the game that we did okay. We remember Circum's free kick, a couple of free kicks, some good work by Victor also hitting the post. So we're ever so slowly, if you like, getting towards that end goal, which is of course taking our chances. We've created chances in both games we've played in. It's just conversion now, I suppose, and we look at it and we take the positives from it, because it was an atrocious kind of performance. It was one for attrition, and it was very important that we stayed competitive within the game, and that was important. And obviously positives, taking a clean sheet from it. Johnson Clark-Harris obviously getting some game time, Victor getting some game time also. So overall there were things we can take from it that we can certainly work on going forward.
Yeah, and you talk about the sort of chances, and it's almost a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because you've hit the woodwork 3 times in your opening couple of games, but you're still looking for that first goal.
Yeah, of course, and the key thing is when you're in that situation and it's only a couple of games in, chances when you move from pre-season to league football, they kind of shrink. And you have to find those quality moments, and when you get the moment taken, we've been unlucky in a couple of games that we've, as you say, hit the post 3 times. We've also made the goalkeeper a couple of times work also. So we'll focus on continuing to do that, as long as we're creating chances and getting into good areas. Just continuing to see coaching that on the training ground, and those chances should hopefully turn to goals.
And obviously you've got, with Johnson just coming back, you've got a relatively sort of youngish strike force, and I thought Victor, considering he's come to a new club and all the rest of it, showed a lot of signs at the weekend that there's something there that can cause defensive problems.
I think if you look at our striking line and our forwards that are available to us, Johnson obviously missing a big portion of pre-season. Victor coming to the club relatively new, well, still is new, still fresh, learning about the team and the players and how we play. We've got obviously Tom, becomes the most experienced, if you like, of who's been here, and then we've got Tyler Smith, who unfortunately in the last couple of games has just missed out through basically being unlucky. So they're a group that it's been a bit patchy in terms of getting them their fitness and getting them their game time. But what we can do now going forward, now that we have them all at our disposal for probably the first time, is build on partnerships and build on the training ground, and then, as you say, more minutes for Victor, who I thought did well Saturday, more minutes for Johnson Clark-Harris also, and then we can start building those combinations between them.
Because it is those partnerships, isn't it? You look at the rest of the team, you sort of central midfield have been here for a while, they know each other's games, they know how they work. Central defence, Tom's come in, but again, experienced campaigner alongside Tony Craig, they kind of been there and done it. Up front, you've got to have that same understanding, and they haven't got the same background to sort of call upon, have they?
I think the understanding is a good word, and the more we use it and the more we train it, the better it'll become. Again, like I said, that freshness. You talk about the defence. I mean, it's probably four new faces in a back 5 from last year that has still got time to gel, and a clean sheet on Saturday was a real positive for them, considering that also Josh made his debut at home. So that's a positive when you're putting those new players together and playing together, and we hope going forward we can get the balance between attacking and defending, of course, and working with the forward line, trying to get some goals.
Okay. Looking ahead to the game, how do you approach the trophy? Different managers, different clubs look at these things differently. Well, what's your history with this competition?
I think my history is really irrelevant. What we're about is picking a team that will win the game. I mean, the gaffer will work it today. It's not it's a cup competition. It's a serious game. Our motivation is high to win it. We have an experienced squad that we'll bring into the game tomorrow night. We'll add 2 or 3 of our younger players also to it. So whatever team you pick will be a team to win the game. It's not one to take lightly. It's an EFL Cup competition that we want to progress, and it needs to be treated that way. And the gaffer is somebody who doesn't do things by half. Our motivation will be very high to go and win it. So whatever team we select for tomorrow night will be one to go out and win.
Does the fact that you haven't won a game this season, does that factor into it, thinking, let's just get that first one on the board, get the first goal, all those kind of things?
It's a very dangerous, sometimes it's a very dangerous way of thinking, because you got to keep performance in perspective, preparation in perspective. You go chasing games sometimes loosely, especially this early in the season. You could lose all kinds of things. So we have to keep our focus, keep building. We feel that wins will come. We just feel that we have to make sure that when we're ready, be ready, make sure our preparation is good, and then things will fall into place.
Okay. Cheltenham has sort of been building a little bit over the last couple of years. I mean, Michael Duff's had a little bit of time there. Now they're an improving League Two team.
I would agree with that. I've got experience of playing against them myself. They had a good result on Saturday against Scunthorpe, a team that's just been obviously come down from our division. Again, they'll be motivated, local derby. It's very important that we match that first and foremost. So we're expecting a competitive game. Michael will be preparing his team very similar to the way we are ours. So irrespective again of what that team whether they make changes or whatever is really irrelevant to us. We're totally focused on what we do.
Absolutely. You mentioned that you come up against them. I mean, this is, I'm not sure I've spoken to you before, so just talk me through how you ended up coming here, obviously last season, and then coming permanently over the other summer.
Look, it's Graham contacted me. I was out of work from, I think it was December last year, and I was asked to come down and give him a bit of a hand from a volunteer point of view up till the end of the season, and it's something that I've enjoyed doing, and we had the chance to make it permanent in the summer, and it was something that I was really excited to do. I haven't been here many times as a player and a coach. The atmosphere around the place, the passion from the fans and so on. And it's a club that, and since I've been here on a full-time basis also, is a great place to be involved in. A club with real ambition on the field to try and coach and make people better is a real big plus for us all as coaches here. And I've certainly enjoyed my time here, and it's only been a short time, so hopefully it lasts a bit.
And that must have been not a difficult but a big decision over the summer, because you're not based from this part of the world, so that longer term commitment or the permanent commitment is a different one from just coming to help out a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, there's the dividing factor, if you like. I mean, I live over in Suffolk, and but my family are older now, and this is the game, and my love of football and love of working with people to try and make people better, and I'm working with great staff here, and I'm grateful for the opportunity that the gaffer's given me. I just like the training ground. I like speaking to people, human beings, trying to make them better, and life gives you a purpose, and anyone who has a purpose, you as journalists have purpose to get the news, find the story. My purpose is to try and make people better, and I love that, and I'm very grateful for the gas for giving me that opportunity. And we all, not just myself, but we all want to make things better here, because you understand the history of the club, you understand what it means to represent the gas, and obviously being part of a two-team city gives us extra motivation. Yeah,
and you've obviously had that sort of number one role in the past at Colchester. Is that something that down the line you'd like to go back to, or is this
that
more?
That kind of future is. If anyone could predict the future, I'll have the lottery numbers for Saturday, please. No, my only focus in my immediate life is what I do now, and I live in the now. I think it's healthy to live in the now. Start trying to predict the future and it doesn't work out, you can get yourself in a bit of a twist. So I live in the now, and the now today is to get ready and prepare for Cheltenham tomorrow night, and hopefully we progress to the next round of the competition and then get ready for the next upcoming games.